this triangle over here is the thing that everybody is looking at, right? The triangle, whether it's going to break towards upside or downside, that is the big question. So a lot of people who are bearish, they think this is going to break down. A lot of people who are bullish think this is going to break towards upside. And I'm here to tell you that it's going to break towards upside. Why? Because I'm very, very bullish. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've noticed me on Telegram and everywhere else that, I'm extremely bullish right now, and I've been bullish, for a while right now, and I'm looking for the move towards upside. Now, let me explain to you why this is going to break towards upside. Now, there has been, a couple of very interesting events that's been happening on the chart, and we're going to do this without any indicators, but most important thing over here is this part over here right now. It's a little bit different than usual. Sorry about that. It's a little bit different than usual because oftentimes when you have these kind of patterns, what does happen if you want to break this towards downside is that you don't have actually a box up here towards upside. You have a very, very explosive move towards upside. You break the highs, and that's actually very, very important. Then you pull back, and then you break towards downside and so forth, so forth. Maybe you go back down here, consolidate, and then you break towards downside over here. But this box, sorry about that, kids, but this box up here is a little bit different, right? So over here in the first move towards upside, we had this expanding musical instrument that went towards downside, and this is also very bullish because these expanding instruments, when you have something that expands towards downside, it's actually very bullish because the price is hitting lows, lower lows all the time, but it's still not actually dropping down. It's getting exhausted, and eventually these things turn and go towards upside, which we actually saw over here. This turned away and went towards upside, create some kind of bottom over here and pull back. On the move towards upside, it didn't just immediately drop down, and it did not go all the way up here above these previous highs out here. And this is very important because when you get into these kind of levels over here, you pick up the liquidity up here at the top, and then you pull back down very, very hard and sharply. That did not happen. What did happen? Well, we pumped the resistance level over here. We right now created this very, very nice line, and over here we just kind of zigzag sideways over here. And this shows that there is definitely 100% a lot of people shorting these levels, and they have been trying to do that for a while, and this on the daily time frame. So this was going on for almost a week's time. They're trying to break this level towards upside, which actually been a failure to break towards upside. And of course we pulled back, but we didn't pull back below the support levels down here. We just went down to the support level. We created this very, very nice trend line, and we immediately bounced right back up there to the resistance again, which is also very, very bullish. And right now we are sitting at that resistance level over here and right over here before we actually break this towards upside. Now, why should this actually break towards upside? Now, it's already evident that this triangle over here is actually a very bullish triangle. You'll see it also if you have some kind of moving averages down here on the bottom on a little bit bigger time frames over here. We are at resistance, but we are just bouncing off of these moving averages, climbing right back up there again. So everything looks very, very fine. Now look at this last part over here that's right now happening just before this breakout towards upside. And for this, we got to go on a small time frames over here. This is a 4-hourly time frame. So what you're going to see up here, this last part up here was actually very, very bullish. So the first move after this, 1 week consolidation period over here at the top, where we tried to break towards highs, we failed to do that. Big dump towards downside. There was a whole bunch of FUD and fear down here at the bottom. We created some kind of double bottom down here, right back above that, retested that. Over here there was a resistance level right back up there, consolidated, broke that, and right now we are climbing to resistance level. So a couple of things happened. Double bottom played out very bullishly. Retest did happen very bullishly towards upside. This move over here that did not go all the way down, I'm going to explain this in a little while, just broke right up here towards upside. Right now we're going to the resistance level. And what you're going to see over here in this part over here is that this is actually a channel towards upside. And this is actually a very, very bullish channel. Let me show you that over here. It goes something like this up here. There we go. This is a bullish channel towards upside right now. Now these channels are technically by definition, bearish, but this channel, has a very great chance right now to break in towards upside. So what happened over here once we actually create this double bottom over here, we broke that right back down again, retested that level of support, right back to the midline over here, did this very nice curvature, broke that, right now holding that as a support, and right now we are zigzagging up here, maybe up here all the way towards upside. We are zigzagging up here right now trying to break that towards upside. It looks very, very bullish. Another bullish sign beside this this zigzagging at the top of the resistance over here is this part over here. You see this curvature over here? This is actually very, very bullish. Let me explain to you how this actually works. So when the price actually does this big fast move down and then big, you know, recovery towards the upside, oftentimes it does this move down here. This is what we call a shoe pattern, you know. Other people would call it, you know, Adam and Eve pattern, but it's called shoe pattern. And these patterns can happen a little bit, you know, different ways. You can go down, big move up, and then you go all the way towards the downside. Other times you do this shoe pattern that goes like this over here, and instead of doing this move over here towards downside, you do this move like this over here towards downside. This is also very, very bearish pattern, right? These moves are like these that, you know, curve towards the right, towards down and to right over here. These are bullish, but it also comes all the way down to the bottom and then bounces off bottom. It's not actually very bullish. But a very bullish shoe pattern, Adam Eve pattern, is when you have this, you know, shoe start, and then instead of going all the way down to the bottom over here, you just do a small curvature up here, and then you explode towards the upside. And this is actually what's actually happened over here, because this shoe pattern over here that was supposed to go all the way down to the bottom didn't. It just, you know, bounced up here, consolidated over here, created a shoe pattern, and then exploded above that. Right now we consolidated and we are still going towards upside. So even this part over here on the 4-hourly time frame is telling me right now, based on the patterns, that we are very, very bullish. So what am I looking at? Well, first of all, I'm bullish. If you haven't gotten that so far in the video, I'm very, very extremely bullish right now. And how high this is gonna go, there is two ways actually to figure that out. You gotta understand that these triangles that people are drawing, they're in a sense actually double channels. So this is the first channel, and the second channel goes something like this over here. Depends on where on the bottom it is. And what you're gonna see over here, that we actually got two channels that are actually creating this triangle that we are in right now. Now, once we actually break this towards the upside above these levels over here at around 71, give or take, because this over here is a very, very important level of resistance, because this is what we failed to break last time, and right now we're coming to those levels. This over here is it's important resistance level, but not as important the way I see it as this one over here. But as soon as we actually break that, the next target up here is all the way to the top of the channel over here. So it's around 79k, give or take. Let's say 79k, since, you know, previous bull market it was something like 69k, so, you know, 79k, very, very important level of resistance. And it's only when you actually break this rising channel over here, this big rising channel towards upside, then you can look at 80 and 90k and so forth, so forth. But right now, the way I'm looking at the charts, this triangle up here, as I just explained to you, I'm very bullish on it. I think this is gonna, you know, has a lot bigger probability to break towards upside than towards downside. And the next move right now is breaking towards upside above these levels over here and going all the way to something like, you know, 79k up here towards upside. After that, we're gonna look at the charts and gonna, you know, figure out, you know, how high after the 79 and 80k are we gonna go, where is the top, and so forth, so forth. But right now, you know, for a Sunday Bitcoin video, this is enough. Hit the like button on the way out. There are links below if you want to click some links. I'll see you around, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Where is my outro?